7 minutes. I can't say my name in 7 minutes. My name's Ken Ingram. I'm head of e-learning at the National School of Government. I also, with another hat on, I'm a tutor at the National School of Government, running courses on return on investment for training, so I'm supposed to know this stuff. And this is why I'm talking to you today, because I don't actually know all of this stuff. Here's a pretty picture of the National School of Government, in case you don't know it. We're a management school for government. Mainly face-to-face courses, 300 or something like that. We've got a stand downstairs if you want to come and get any more of this. It's a very pretty picture. It wasn't quite as pretty as that when I was digging my car out of that snow, let me tell you. 5 years ago, we set something up called the Virtual School, which was effectively our e-learning provision. And we do lots of things around e-learning, but the things I want to talk about today particularly are our high-level government, cross-government e-learning packages. I know I recognise some of you. Some of you will have been put through this. Have you done protecting information? Some of you? Protecting information was something, you know, civil servants were losing laptops and stuff and sending lots of data across without actually checking where it was going to. The government thought it would be a really good idea to stop people doing that. So we came up with a package, along with Epic, I should say, we work with developers as well, to come up with a package that rolls out across government to help people in their awareness of that. Now, that's been huge. We're talking about 250,000 people, the Cabinet Office reckon, have gone through that package, either on our system or on their own government department systems. Whoa! That's way bigger than we've done. It's way bigger than most other organisations do, which causes some of the problems I have with return on investment. The other thing we do a lot of, and we're exploring more and more, is this whole concept of informal learning. This whole idea of actually not having too much of a structure around it, which again I think is where we're moving, but causes real problems in terms of the evaluation and the ROI. So there I am with one hat on saying you've really got to get ROI, and then I'm being asked to do this and finding a real struggle with how we actually do it with these kind of levels. So I'm going to quickly just talk you through, just using those two examples really, of some thoughts I've had on it. This is supposed to represent the benefits of e-learning. I didn't do words. So the benefits of e-learning are that it's free. People can do it whenever they like. So for the learner, it's really nice. You can get in there, do what you like, and whatever. The other great benefit for an organisation, let me tell you, I was going to say like an organisation like government. There is no such organisation. You'll back me up. There are hundreds of tiny little organisations that go up to make the civil service and the wider public sector. Trying to get them all talking together is just like, an impossibility at the moment. We're working on it, but that's an impossibility. But to get that kind of huge number, where e-learning really benefits that, is if we can put that out to everybody. I already said we've got protecting information went out across the board, both to central government and to the wider public sector. 250,000 users. Just on our system, we did 120,000. And of those, we got 110,000 who have completed. So we're only losing about 10% from the numbers that have registered to the numbers who have completed, which is huge. So great, we can do all that, and we can put it out, and it's really cost-effective way of doing it. Compared with trying to do that kind of stuff in a classroom. And here's my big issue, I guess. One of the things I'm continually being asked to give data on in terms of e-learning is completions. I don't know if any of you do kind of e-learning, you have kind of learning management systems. They always measure completions. Let me tell you, if anyone completes any piece of e-learning, they should be shot. Because that's not what it's about. You have to complete a classroom training because we're all too embarrassed to get up halfway through when we realise that we don't need to learn that bit. Or we're bored with that bit, or we already know that bit. But we sit there for 3 days getting all the learning, whatever. With e-learning, you don't have to do that. That is the benefit. The whole beauty is you go, I want to do that module, I want to do this module, I want to do that module. I don't complete. And yet completion are the things that I can easily produce data for. The other thing, just to throw into this mix, is this idea of informal learning. Again, we are really trying to experiment a little bit with informal learning. We've got a load of packages that are effectively not about doing anything in a linear way, but providing information online that people can pick and choose as they want in 5-minute nuggets. We do something called Government Select, which is based on the Good Practice platform, if you've seen it out there, which are 5-minute management modules. 5 minutes, pick and choose, no way through. And to be honest, these days, you look at all of those things that are up there. If I actually want to know something, I tend to go onto Google. Or sometimes when I'm at home, I go onto YouTube. They won't let me do YouTube at work. But I can go on at home and pick up 5 minutes on anything that I really want. So, this is supposed to be a representative of me, I think, somewhere along the lines. Here's the problems that I have with all of this. The things that e-learning is good for, high level, huge numbers. The stuff we're working with, 250,000, remember, huge numbers of people going over there, is really difficult to get any kind of return on investment on. Because it's so wide, there are so many people trying to do it, that trying to get a success criteria that fits the bill across the board is really, really hard. And also, we haven't really talked about isolating the effects of training yet. That's the big thing. Even if I could prove that there are fewer laptops left on trains, no one's going to believe that it was the half-an-hour e-learning package that he went on that made that difference. Yeah? With informal learning, you're not even a structure. I can't even give them a test at the end to do that because I don't know what it is they're going to be learning. So I think you're looking for answers from me. I haven't got answers. I've got issues. I've got problems with how I do that. Let me tell you, we went for 3 awards this year, and every one of us asked us for an impact assessment, which I haven't been able to provide. If you can tell me how to do that in the questions, that would be great. So my final slide, Ren, is these. I thought I'd better give you some message at the end. Forget completion. If I do anything for you, don't ask me for completion stats. I'll give them to you, but they mean nothing. Let me tell you, completion with e-learning is the ability to sit and press the enter button a lot. Boop, boop, boop. Completion is irrelevant. I wrote down evaluate holistically and then thought I'd better work out what that meant. I think what that means is that we can't, for a lot of the stuff that we are doing, have one success criteria. Everyone going into it has their own individual success criteria, and therefore we have to use a myriad of ways and means of doing it in order to get the kind of data that we might need. And ultimately, I think we're going to have to take a step back on some of the things that we've been doing in terms of return on investment and trust the learner a bit more. I don't think if someone asked me to justify my use of Google as a learning mechanism, I could actually do it, and yet I know that that process of informal learning and quick learning and bring it in actually enhances my performance on a daily basis. I just can't prove it to you. That's me.